About 230 million years ago, there was a rainstorm on Earth that lasted 2 million years. The extreme weather not only led to the extinction of some species, but also put the dinosaurs on top of the planet. It was the dreaded Kearney flood. And how did this happen? Back in the Triassic period, the Earth's continents weren't as loose as they are today, but rather a patchwork of continents. And because the plates were so tightly packed together, it was so vast. It made it difficult for water vapor from the ocean to move across such a vast expanse of land. So it's been the driest period of time since the land animals were born. And most of the land is made up of a few low, drought-resistant pines and ferns. In such a harsh environment, land animals were generally shorter and shorter because of the frequent volcanic activity. At first, the oceans were full of planktonic algae that balanced the Earth's carbon dioxide regime. But then, during the late Triassic Carboniferous period, a terrible eruption occurred off the west coast of what is now Canada, called the Langolian eruption. A series of supervolcanoes erupted off and on for millions of years. Each eruption sent hundreds of millions of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This not only led to the acidification of the sea, which severely inhibited the growth of algae, but also caused a severe greenhouse effect. Eventually, 230 million years ago, when the Earth's temperature reached a critical point, the atmospheric circulation suddenly flared up. Hot, chaotic storms began to sweep across the globe, and ocean currents carrying large amounts of water vapor thundered across the continents. In the depths of the arid Pangea continent, a long overdue rainstorm began to fall. As the climate continued to be humid, not only did the rain continue throughout the year, in just a few decades, it completely changed the face of the entire continent. All kinds of small green plants grew like crazy. The once arid land became wet, and the grassland gradually turned into forest. And the Earth's species began to change. The short animals that had evolved due to the drought and could only eat ferns and grasses were unable to adapt to the changing environment and gradually became extinct. And crocodiles, turtles, and mammals began to make their way into the history of the planet. And it was also the beginning of the age of the dinosaurs, the most prolific vertebrates of the Mesozoic era, and later evolved to become the dominant force on Earth. The Kearney flood, which lasted 2 million years, not only did it revitalize the planet, but it also ushered in a new era in the evolution of life on Earth.